Developed infrastructure. This pillar aims at developing and modernizing the national infrastructure for the purpose of improving the quality of life for all. Development infrastructure means network infrastructure for water supply, wastewater, stormwater, and land transport to the extent that it is controlled by local authorities. Infrastructure can often be produced on a smaller scale by private firms or through local authorities. Also, infrastructure can be classified as soft or hard, and both are essential to the economy and quality of life of a society. This pillar aims to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all, also to build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. Hello and welcome, dear viewers, to our program, New Kuwait, in which we will talk about many subjects and topics related to our National Development Plan to achieve a new Kuwait by 2035. In today's episode, we will talk about creative human capital, which is a very important pillar in our National Development Plan, with our special guest, technology expert, Mr. Mohammed Badr. Hello and welcome, Mr. Mohammed.
Thank you and welcome to the show.
It's always a pleasure to have you. This is the second time we have you on the show, New Kuwait, to talk about our National Development Plan. We have many subjects to talk about. It's very important. We talk to many guests to see what they think about our National Development Plan. In this episode, we would like to talk about creative human capital. Could you tell us about this pillar?
Welcome first. As we spoke for the last episode about the New Kuwait, it's depending about the human. You cannot go anywhere without the human capital or the human element, because we can set a law, we can set a strategy and objective, but if you don't have anyone to do it, and we don't have anyone capable to do it, we will reach nowhere. So the strong element here in the New Kuwait, it is the human being. So we need to capitalize in the human being to be able to reach to the New Kuwait. Human element, it depends about mainly in how I can direct my strategy to all the education part.
Yes.
And to how I can highlight where I'm going in the part of the education. Therefore, in starting from to have a caliber human interaction and having a human elements to help you out to reach for the New Kuwait, we need to start it from the education itself, starting from the kindergarten, starting from the primary school, secondary school to the university. Each one of this level, they have their own role. And who will be supporting you in the end of the day? The graduated student from the university. To be able to reach, they need to know where I'm going. I need to reach for the Kuwait, New Kuwait objective, New Kuwait strategic objective to make the right transformation for Kuwait.
Yes.
So focusing in the education, it's very important, because you building the ethics and the knowledge in the student and how they can reach for that level by doing a kind of roadshow for in the school and universities, by doing a competition between the schools. Like, for example, they have made a competition earlier 2 months ago about the cybersecurity.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
This is the new hot subject in Kuwait, cybersecurity.
Yes, cybersecurity, it is very, and by the way, we have in Kuwait a very talented people when it comes to the technology. And that's what I face, and I know for real, they are very strong. If they're gonna compete with the region, they will reach a very high position about technology, cybersecurity, and the capability to go anywhere. But they need to provide them with the tools, the right tools to make them more stronger, to unleash their power, to reach for whatever you need them to reach. So Education is very important in building a new universities in Kuwait, different specialization
Yes.
instead that sending the student on board and study
This
outside
is the
of
Ministry
Kuwait.
of Higher Education
Yes.
sending on.
That will help to create a different type of universities, especially for engineering, whatever new specialization, which is data. Now, as we go for the digitalization,
Yes.
we will be required for data analytics. Why it's important the data to know how to manage it, because that's the future.
This is the new majors, you mean?
Yes, the new measures,
The cybersecurity experts and
yes,
so on.
AI, artificial intelligence, all the new, the high-ranking measures, you will find it worldwide. It will be one of the core business here, or core in Kuwait, to reach for that for the goal of Kuwait itself.
Because this is something new to our culture, to
Yes.
a new major, because we don't know where are we going with cybersecurity, with technologies, AI, and so on. So the tricky thing about creative human capital is that this is the most important pillar, they say.
Yes.
And in order to achieve the other pillars, we need creative human capital.
Yes, because they are the main core.
Yes.
The main
So
core.
it's tricky that we need to work on it by ourselves.
Yes.
So how can we achieve this? Because 10 years ago, a new, different generation. I think that if you are 15 years old, 10 years ago, now you are 25.
25.
Yeah, so that you are now the current,
Yes.
let's say the current generation of a newly graduate
Yes.
from high school.
Yes.
From university.
From university, yes.
Yes.
So that's the first point. It's enabling all the students to that direction.
Because 10 years from now, we will have a newer generation.
Yes.
So it's going smoothly,
And
I
10
think.
years from now, we're gonna have a different vision for Kuwait. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it is like it's continuously going. So I need to know. I need to do a plan for 50 years, for example. I
Yes.
need to reach for within the 50 years. I need to reach for that part. So I need to enable the student and from in the education from now to reach for that level.
Yes.
So they will be able, once they are finished university, they come to the marketplace and they can work and they can do whatever their expertise, and it will gonna help the vision, the new vision, because New Kuwait, it will gonna be New Kuwait 2, New Kuwait 3. So there is a versions of New Kuwait.
We have to go on because as you know, time flies.
Yes.
You know, 10 years from now it will be maybe to us, because this is the generation they go
fast going
fast.
time. Yeah,
Yes,
it's fast
they
going.
go fast. And to see the achievement of the New Kuwait vision right now here, 2024.
Yep.
We are reaching. I think we are maybe beyond the middle of
Yes.
achieving this.
You're crossing the 50% of the
Yes.
and the plan being settled to reach, and that by involving all, even though the youth people, because they were gonna be helping you out. So the pillar, if you're gonna focus in the human elements, there is a kind of different perspective that you have to work together on it. One of them, which is the education, as I mentioned.
Yes.
The second, training and enabling the student to be able to work in the AI, to work in the data analytics. So the readiness of the student in that sector, plus woman participation, that equal gender working. So it will gonna be helping as well the new Kuwait to reach to the goal by involving all the society and all part of it. Plus, for example, continuous training in the private sector. For example, the new Kuwait, it is based on the public sector, which is the government sector, and the non-government sector, which is the private sector. There's a big role on it to enable the employees, to enable whoever the fresh graduated student,
Yes.
by doing competition between the universities, by doing For example, if I need to do, as I mentioned earlier, but different sector, I need to find who's the best 10, 15 graduated from university in AI.
Yes.
So I will do the competition of the AI. So I get the expertise on that, and I know that they have the talent.
Yes.
So I need to empower them more by experience. So it will help.
And I think we are already doing that, because
Yes.
I remember when I was in university, if I am very interested in certain subject, we have workshops, we have special classes, especially in the youth centers.
Yep.
Because in these youth centers, it's not about only sports.
Yep.
You can have small societies, especially for women, because they come together, and if you are a lover of poetry, if you like AI or cybersecurity, we have these in Kuwait. I saw a lot of workshops, and especially the KISR, Kuwait Institute for Scientific Research. This is something to be proud of as
Yes,
Kuwaitis, because their achievements is really something to applaud really hard.
And they keep doing, if you're going to monitor the KISR performance, you will find that they keep maintaining and getting professors from worldwide
Yes.
to be able to provide, to shift the knowledge to the Kuwait student by doing seminars, by doing workshops, and that they will make the student interactive with the international expertise. So they will gain the experience, and they will shift it to their mindset to be able to accomplish it here or present it in Kuwait. So that will help. It will help them out to reach for that level. So it is one of them, as I mentioned, building private universities, public universities, the role of the KISR as well, and the seminars and the international student exchange between the international universities, doing kind of roadshow, facilitate for the worldwide university to come to open in Kuwait, to provide them with the logistic, to provide them. It is kind of exchange, signing with the big top 10 universities in worldwide, to be able to open the branches here in Kuwait. It will give all the youth and the student a new experience. That's what they want, to make them empower, to help you out to reach for new.
And of course, to reach your dream. And dear viewers, if you are youngsters and want to check KISR, you can check them in the social media, Instagram and others, to join them for their workshop and others.
Yes.
So, Mr. Mohammed, as you know, that technologies now, we benefit from it a lot, and as it's negative and also positive. So if someone wants to join a workshop, or what do you think about the new technology, especially the social media?
Yes, I will come again during the pandemic, that you can finish courses, finish training. It's available now in second. If you need to learn a new skills, if you need to learn a new language, if you need to learn new whatever, that all what you have to do, you have your machine, you are connected with internet, and you can reach. The world is yours. So, and even though you can, what we call it, self-development, to educate yourself, but you have to do kind of internet literacy, to find out how to accomplish, how to use the internet, how to take courses online, graduate while you are sitting at home while you are in your work. So it is, the sky is the limit. If you need to reach anywhere.
It is beautiful.
Yes.
And the world is your oyster.
Yes.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Creative human capital. This pillar aims at reforming the education system for the purpose of better preparing youth to become competitive and productive members of the workplace. Human capital is a concept used by economists to designate personal attributes considered useful in the production process. It encompasses employee knowledge, skills, good health, and education. Human capitals allow an economy to grow. When human capital increases in areas such as science, education, and management, it leads to increases in innovation, social well-being, equality, increased productivity, improved rate of participation, all of which contribute to economic growth. Hello and welcome, dear viewers, to your program, New Kuwait. In our program, we talk about our National Development Plan to achieve a new Kuwait by 2035. In today's episode, we'll talk about a very important subject, which is leadership, with our special guest, Maestro Trainer, Dr. Mohammed Afif. Hello and welcome, Dr. Mohammed.
Welcome, Ibrahim.
You are most welcome, and we are happy to have you on the show
Much appreciated.
to talk about specific subjects. I think you have knowledge to share. Leadership. Every organization, institution, company, even the house,
Country.
need a leader. What are the leadership skills that we need?
Yeah, leadership skills is one of the really main ideas that have been shed light on, let's say, in the last 200 years. It's there before that, but the focus started to be on this issue, on this aspect of life, on this perspective, how we look at leaders. Starting with leadership, leadership is the way things are handled, the way things are managed, the way individuals are directed. That's a new definition of leadership, actually. Usually they used to define a leader as a person who has got influence to push others to do a task. This is generally. So leadership skills is something important because it's gained through experience, it's gained through dealing with the people for a long period of time.
So they said skills for leadership. Can I ask you, I will ask you this question. Anyone can become a leader? Or someone is born with
Now, researchers say that we have 2%, they are born leaders.
What about the 98?
Wait. So 2%
Born
are
leaders.
born leaders.
They know.
In the genes. They come to life with leadership skills. I imagine that they come to life, we are leaders, like
Yes,
this.
without trying.
We have another 2% that they are born no way to be leaders. So we have 2 and 2.
Yes.
Now the remaining is
96.
96. Now we'll talk about the 96. So 2 are born leaders,
And two,
and 2% no way to be
no
leaders.
way.
Now our talking in these episodes will be about the 96 people.
Teachable to be a leader, is it?
Of course, we're talking about the 96 now.
Right.
Now, if you ask somebody like me, can we gain leadership skills? I'll tell you yes. It's one of my main courses, my main training courses.
So you have a course?
Yeah, I have many courses that under the title of leadership skills. Recently, I have delivered a leadership skills course called or titled the Blue Ocean Manager.
Yes.
Now, talking about the leadership skills, we need to know first how a leader looks like. How a leader looks like. Now, before
I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you mean in terms of body language?
In terms of everything.
How he's presented?
The first, see.
How a leader looks? I think he looks normal. No.
See, look sad. Look. There is one of the 2% we talked about.
Because I'm interested in the answer.
One of the people, 2% that we talked that they're born leaders.
Yes.
Actually, this person, when he comes in the room, you will
know.
How?
He
has charismatic leadership character, his charisma.
Actually, I believe that, yes. But what is it?
Now, the definition of charisma is something given by God.
So he doesn't have to be tall or short.
No,
or
no,
fat
no.
or small.
Napoleon was very short.
Very short.
Napoleon is one of the great leaders in the
And
history.
when you see him, you know.
He's so short. But when you see with Napoleon one day, when he was attending like a kind of concert or kind of conference, he enters the conference and he sat at the back of the hall, at the back of the room.
Yeah.
So he's Napoleon, emperor. So he has to go in the first seat,
Yes.
let's say. So he has sit on the back of the last seat of the room. Then he asked them, Napoleon, there's no way you have. He told them something very important and amazing. He said, "You are telling me to go to the front." They said, "Yes, you have to be in the front."
Yes.
Then he says, "Where I sit is the front.
Because I am the leader.
Front is not the chair.
Yeah.
Front is the person." So it has nothing to do with long or tall or short. It has nothing to do with handsome or ugly.
It has to be with the charisma. With
Charismatic.
Yes.
You know, the charismatic, I'm talking about the 2% of it. So you can notice that.
Let me ask you this question. You said these in the 2%. The teachable 96%, you can make them look like leaders?
Now, not all of them.
Are they pretend to be leaders?
Now, not all of them. I can tell you that 70%, this is my experience, my viewpoint.
Okay.
70% of the 96%, we can teach them, we can gain them,
To
and
become
let them
like
gain
the-
to become leaders.
Like the 2%.
Not like the 2%.
2% is
And maybe, let's say,
Close
they
to-
can be close to them. Maybe some of them, they will be just like them. But, you know, when you have experience with gaining, with the genes, when they come together, they will form a leader who is a leader, actually. That is why leadership skills debatable. Is debatable according to a lot of criteria.
of course.
So when you think about a leader, just the first thing, if I tell you leader, there comes a person in your mind. So just try to tell anybody and tell him the word leader. There comes a person in his mind, an image. An image in his mind tell you that the person is the leader. Now, the point, let's just talk about the point historically. Please bear with me. Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, Churchill, Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini, West. First, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Omar, Abu Bakr, Uthman, Ali, Kaka, Khalid. When you talk about Khalid bin al-Walid only, you have to remember, you have to imagine, not to remember actually. You have to imagine a great personality, and when you give him a picture, you give him an image. You're talking about Khalid, one of the best military leaders in history.
Yes.
So when you talk about Khalid, you talk about somebody who, you imagine somebody who's holding two swords and he's defeating or just remember Ali bin Abi Talib with his very famous sword when he just removing the gate of Khaybar. So you are talking about a leader who can handle a situation that is too difficult to be handled by ordinary people.
I think these people you talked about are from the 2%.
Of course.
They are not.
Let me just tell you about. Who. I cannot figure an example now, but not all of them are from the 20%, from the 2%. I don't think they are from the 2%.
Even Khalid ibn Walid, because Khalid ibn Walid
He was a leader before Islam and after Islam, yeah. But I cannot figure it out. If he was a leader, no. See, Umar bin Khattab was a person who used to bury his the daughter because she's a female before Islam. I cannot figure it out. I cannot tell. I cannot tell. Maybe it's gained. Maybe it's gained. But let me tell you that we have traits and we have criteria to think about or to talk about. Then we come to a conclusion that a leader should be like this.
Please, yes.
Okay. Now, if you start to look at leadership from a very special perspective. Now we have a lot of books that have been written about leadership, and I can tell you that the best two books I have ever read about leadership were two books. One is by John C. Maxwell. The title is 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership.
Yes.
The second is The Winning by Jack Welch. Actually, these are the best two books I have ever read about leadership in the recent time.
A long time ago.
No, The Winning is written 215. It's too new. Even if Jack Welch has passed away in 2020. John C. Maxwell wrote the 21 laws, irrefutable laws, 2013 or something like this.
Let's talk about the 21 irrefutable laws.
Yeah.
Give us an example. What is the first law?
Now, before we go to the first law, let's know how John C. Maxwell imagines leaders. John C. Maxwell is a leading personality who talks about leadership. So we can say, let's just assume, not assume, actually he is, according to researches and to surveys, he is the number one person talking about leadership nowadays.
Okay.
He's the number one. Even Saudi Arabia, when they started their plan, the very modern plan, they have to call him to come to Saudi Arabia to help him.
That's interesting.
So that means this guy, he knows what he's talking about. I mean, he knows his onions. So as John C. Maxwell, as a person who knows his onions very well, and he knows the trick of the trade very well, he stated his book after he has written a lot of books, but that was the richest one. He talked about 21 laws, and he started with a law which is called the law of the lid. And usually Maxwell, when he talks about this law, he always says it like this way: the lid, the law of the lid, L-I-D. He wants the people to pronounce it well.
Yes.
And this law summarizes how he views leadership, how he views leaders in terms of abilities. Terms of abilities means what? The lid means the area where you stop in. The area where you stop, that is your capability. Stops here.
So you should stop.
No. Leaders, they know how to handle the lid.
So they go beyond the lid.
Everybody has got a lid. Everybody has got a lid.
These are very interesting to know about this law, and we will talk more about them in the next episode. Thank you so much, Dr. Mohammed Afif. That was Maestro Trainer Dr. Mohammed Afif, and that was our episode. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.